Hello everybody, welcome to Psychology 101, General Psychology. My name is Dr. Spilkin and I want to take this time to go over the syllabus with you, introduce myself, let you know everything that's expected of this class, and then of course if you have any questions feel free to send me an email. So as I said, my name is Dr. Spilkin. I have a PhD in clinical psychology with a specialization in pediatric neuropsychology, which means I work with children who have different neurological disorders. I've done lots of research and clinical work as well as teaching. I'm always happy to talk about different aspects of psychology if you're interested. My office hours are by appointment on Zoom, so feel free to send me an email right here. You might want to put in the subject line Psych 101, and I say allow 24 hours for a response, although it very rarely takes me that long to get back to you. All right. The materials for the class will be access to Canvas for the entire semester, and then Light, Hull, and Ballantyne Presenting Psychology 2nd edition. Book looks like this. And access to Launchpad, which is an online homework activity website that comes with our textbook. So probably the easiest way is to get the book and Launchpad online. And so you'd get an ebook and Launchpad. So that's the all digital form direct from the publishers. And what you can do is click on the link that's in your syllabus or on Canvas, and that will take you directly to where you can purchase the book and Launchpad. So when you click on that link, you'll see you have 3 options. You can purchase the book right away. So you can just put your credit card in and then you have access to the textbook and Launchpad. Or you can have a temporary free trial for 14 days. So if you're not sure if you're going to take the class or if you're waiting for some money to come through, you can sign up for the 14-day free trial and you have access to the book right away and the homework right away. And then you can pay within the 14-day trial. Or there is an option to enter an access code, and that would be used if you purchased the book through the bookstore, the Miramar bookstore. You would get an access code that you've already paid for at the bookstore, and then you would enter that code in as your access code. Either way will work. If you want to purchase your book at the bookstore, you can do that as well. You'll need access to a working computer for the entirety of the class. I understand that sometimes computers break. In fact, I recently had my computer break, but I can, give you an extension for a couple of days. But if it's the kind of thing where you're going to have to send your computer away for it to be fixed and it's going to take 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks, that was the situation when my computer broke, you're going to need to have another option. So you might want to be thinking about what you would do if your computer broke, what kind of your backup plan would be. All right, so this is an introductory course that's going to present different aspects of psychology, and we're going to cover the major topics in psychology: neuroscience, sensation and perception, sleep, learning and memory, language developmental psychology, psychological disorders, and treatment. This syllabus is also posted on Canvas, so you're welcome to go ahead and read through these learning objectives on your own. I want to talk pretty much about what you'll need to do in the class. So primarily online lectures, online homework, online activities, and online exams. We'll watch some videos when possible. You will need to access Launchpad. Again, you can click on the link that's in the syllabus, but I've put that link all throughout Canvas so that will take you right to Launchpad once you've registered for it. I do want to mention respect being very important in an online class, just like it would be in an in-person class. So please use a respectful tone in all of your online submissions. We have some discussion boards, being respectful there, and in all your communications. So we have Canvas weekly modules. That's the way that our class is set up, and each week you will have a new module to complete, and that module will typically correspond to one chapter in the book. And so you'll complete everything in the module each week, which includes watching my videos, completing written assignments, and work that's due on Launchpad. For this class, each module will open Monday morning around 1 a.m. and close the following Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So each week in the module, I will always have a lecture video, so you can watch that, and then a variety of different assignments to be completed. They all contribute, all the assignments I have on there contribute to your understanding of the material as well as your grade in the class. So just every week, work your way through the module, completing all your assignments by their due dates. Okay, there are tools on Canvas that you can use to keep track of due dates. There's a calendar. You might want to use your cell phone or something to keep track of due dates. I've tried to make this very simple, that all of your assignments for the week are due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So the module opens Monday morning and it closes Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So you have all week to work on the assignments. But let me say here, don't wait until the end of the week to complete all of your assignments for that module. You know, don't wait till Sunday night at 11 o'clock to try to get everything done. That's setting yourself up for a potential problem because maybe you won't have enough time, or that's when your internet goes out, or your computer breaks, things like that. So you can complete any assignment in a module early, and that's what I would suggest, would be working through the module early, getting through as much as you can, bit by bit throughout the week. So things that you'll need to do are reading the chapters in the textbook. The textbook is written in a really engaging way. I really hope you enjoy the book. I spent a lot of time picking it. It includes a lot of real life examples, so I hope that you enjoy the reading. You'll have Canvas written assignments, again, due on Sundays at 11:59. These are written assignments that are due on Canvas. They ask you to think about questions from the text or relate the psychological concepts to your life. It's kind of the cool thing about psychology is all of these topics really are similar to things that perhaps you've gone through in your life, or you will go through in your life, or maybe you've known someone who's gone through these experiences. So we can reflect a lot about the information and how it relates to our own experiences. There'll also be discussion boards, which I'll pose a topic or a question, and you'll be required to answer that. Or on all the discussion boards, if I ask you to respond to another classmate's post, please be sure all your posts are appropriate, kind, and respectful. You'll also have Launchpad weekly assignments. Now I have another video on Canvas that shows you how to use Launchpad. So please watch my technology video, how to use the technology in this class. So I show you how to navigate through Launchpad. Again, those assignments are due on Sundays. So please be sure that you check in on Launchpad and keep track of your assignments for the week. And on Launchpad, there are short videos, quizzes, online homework assignments, etc. And Launchpad, just like any new technology, I understand the first week or two you might feel confused by it. Again, I've tried to show you how to use it in my online video in Canvas for you to learn how to use the technology. But it'll take a week or two to kind of get used to it, and then I'm sure you'll start to feel very comfortable with it. In Launchpad, there are certain activities, and you'll see them, called learning curve. Again, watch my video so that you can understand all these terms. But any of the learning curve homework assignments that are in Launchpad, also due Sundays at 11:59. Those are what we call adaptive homework assignments, and you're given problems depending on how you answered previous questions. These learning curve assignments are really important to help you understand the chapter. So basically it goes through, and by the time you finish a learning curve assignment, you should really understand that chapter. These are very important to me because I really want you to understand the material in the textbook. I really think that this class is important, whether you're going on to become a psychologist one day or because it's just a requirement. But the topics in here are really, like I said, important and relate to your life. And so once you do these learning curve assignments, you'll see you have to reach a certain number of points for that assignment, like 300 points or something like that. As long as you complete the learning curve assignments, you get full credit for them. It Doesn't matter how many questions you got wrong, how many questions you missed, as long as you complete it and get to that total number of required points, you will get full credit for the assignment. So that's some motivation to please try to do those learning curve assignments. We also will have 4 exams. The 4th exam is given during the last week of class and is the same format as the other exams, meaning it is not a cumulative final. We take the exams in Launchpad, so you do need access to Launchpad in the textbook for the entire semester. And the dates are on the syllabus, so you'll know exactly when the tests are. You can take the exam anytime during the day that the test is open, and you have 60 minutes to complete the test. So once you begin the test, you can't stop and come back to it later. So you have to take the whole exam in one 60-minute session. Although this is an online class, you won't have enough time to look up all the answers to the test and sort of teach yourself the material as you're taking the test. So I would ask that you study, maybe I would spell this right, please study for the exam like you would a regular on-campus test. And if you have any type of testing accommodations through Miramar, like you get extra time for the exams, just email me so that I can be sure to give you whatever accommodations you need. In terms of late exams, it's your responsibility to take the test on the date it's scheduled. You have to provide some documentation if you have some sort of emergency for missing an exam, or talk to me about the situation. I understand that there are complications when you take an online class. People are home, things are going on in your house where you're taking this class, but that will not be an excuse for you to not take the test on the correct the day that it's assigned. So when you know there's a test, be sure you have a place to take the test, be sure you have a quiet place to focus and take the exam. As I said up above, each week I want you to complete the assignments on Canvas and Launchpad. Completing those assignments will help you learn the material, and they're worth 20% of your grade. So if you skip those assignments, that will negatively impact your grade. So be sure to do the assignments. As you've sort of heard about the assessment methods, everything is online, homework, activities, and the midterms. In terms of some course policies, plagiarism and academic integrity, just really expect that you are academically honest through this semester. That's very important to me. I've spent a lot of time in school. I worked really hard through school, and many of you are working very hard to get through school, and it really bothers me if somebody thinks they're going to cheat their way through a class. So please do your own work and adhere to the academic integrity policies at Miramar College. If you are found to be in violation of any of these policies, you will receive an F on the assignment and very likely an F in the class. So please, it's just not worth it. If you have any questions, you can read the code of conduct or, of course, ask me. In terms of attendance in an online class, I expect that you're logging in and beginning classwork on day 1. It's fully online. We don't have any on-campus meetings. So what I suggest you do is log into Canvas several times a week to stay informed, meet your deadlines. I need to see that you have continuous progress throughout the course, meaning you're completing your work each week on time. It's your responsibility to drop any class that you're not attending. So if you decide not to take the class for whatever reason, and I understand many things can come up, that's fine. Just be sure that you drop yourself. I'm not going to drop you. So if you don't drop yourself and you don't stop doing the work for the class, but you're still enrolled, at the end of the semester, I'll have to give you a grade, and it will probably not be a very good grade. So just be sure to drop yourself if you decide to drop the class. The only exception to that are Fed students who have really specific attendance requirements that I'm required to follow, and I will. So if that applies to you, I'm sure you know about that. Participation is really just submitting your assignments. Anything submitted late will receive at most half credit, so that's 50%. which is better than 0, but that's not great. So try to do your work on time. In terms of some helpful hints, I'll post lecture videos for each chapter. The videos will help you understand the concepts described in the book. The videos will cover most, but certainly not all of the information in the textbook, so you should watch my video as well as read the chapter. And then, of course, be sure to set aside time each week for homework. The weekly time will vary by topic. I believe the best way to learn material is to be presented with it in multiple ways. So you will read the textbook, listen to my lecture, do different, answer different questions or assignments that are all on that same topic, hopefully helping you to really learn and deepen your understanding of the material. Communication is really key in an online class. I can't say that strongly enough. I will do my best to communicate with you frequently and clearly through email, so you know what's expected of you. But if you need to reach me, just feel free to send me an email. If you're having any difficulties, if you're confused, if you have questions, contact me immediately so we can work through these issues. Proactive communication is really important in an online class. I'm always happy to hear from you, so just be sure to send me an email so I can help if there's a problem. And then along with email, I can certainly set up online office hours using Zoom. Just contact me to set up an appointment. In terms of grading, it's a weighted grade. So you'll see all of your Canvas and Launchpad assignments are worth 20% of your grade, and then each of our exams are worth 20% of your grade. So then I weight all of this, which means that you can't just add up your total points, divide by the total number of points in the class to get your percentage. I'm going to take all of your Canvas and Launchpad assignments, add them all up, and then get your grade for that, and that will be worth 20% of your grade. After I do the weighting at the end of the semester, then it's very straightforward grading systems for A, B, C's, and D's. Incompletes are only given in the case of a student who is passing the class up until the very last assignment, basically, that some emergency happened that didn't allow you to complete the very last assignment. So they're very rarely given, except if there's some sort of unforeseeable emergency at the very end of the semester. Of course, contact me if that is the case. If you have, like I said, any sort of accommodations, they need to be official through the school, and then of course let me know so that I can be sure that I meet your needs, and I'm happy to do that. I've made every effort to make this course accessible to everyone, but if you encounter any type of problem accessing anything in the course, contact me immediately so I can help fix the problem as soon as possible. And while I'm happy to answer questions about the material in the class or accessibility issues, I can't help if you have technical problems. Like if you forget your Canvas password, I can't help you with that. Or if Launchpad is glitching on your computer, I really can't help you with that either. So I'll need you to contact Canvas support or Launchpad support. I do have the Launchpad support phone number right here, and they're really great. So be sure to contact technical support for technical support and contact me for any issues you're having with the class. And if you need any type of academic support, here's the Academic Support Center. And then lastly, our class is just set up, like I said, in modules. So for week 1, I have the introduction, the syllabus, and then chapter 0. Are you ready for this? It's not fair there's 0, but there is. And then week 2, we start with chapter 1, Intro to the Science of Psychology. We spend 2 weeks going over chapter 2, the biology and behavior. And then on Monday of week 5, we have our first midterm, and that'll be on chapters 0, 1, and 2. You'll have 60 minutes, and you can take the midterm anytime that day. As we move on, we'll talk about sensation and perception, consciousness, learning, and then we'll have another Monday midterm on chapters 3, 4, and 5. Then we move on to talk about memory, and then language and intelligence. We're going to skip cognition, so you don't have to read the section on cognition in your book. Then we'll talk about human development. We're going to skip adulthood. And then we have our next Monday midterm, chapter 6, 7, only language and intelligence, and 8, skipping adulthood. And then the end of the semester, we'll talk about personality, then 2 weeks on psychological disorders, a couple weeks on treatment. And then our final is the last week of class, anytime between Wednesday and Friday of that week. And it's a not cumulative final, just chapters 10, 13, and 14. Well, I'm hoping for a great semester. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody.